Welcome, everybody, to Hands of Fire Boxing Quick Takes, where we cover today's boxing news. First things first, Alexander Povetkin. Drug test from December 13th comes back clean. On Saturday, December 17th, Povetkin knocked out France's Johann Duhaupas in 6 rounds, the non-title 10-round fight held in Russia, Urals City, and Yekaterinburg. Sorry, guys. That's probably not pronounced correctly, but that's besides the point. Povetkin was originally scheduled to face Canada's Romain Stavern for the interim WBC heavyweight title, but the fight was canceled after Povetkin's drug test from December 6th came back positive of Ostrine. The fight fell apart only a few hours before the event was originally scheduled to start. Ostrine is a SARM substance which athletes use during training. It builds up endurance, like anabolic steroids. The World Doping Agency, WADA, put SARM substances on its prohibited list in 2008. But it's become known that Povetkin's drug test from December 13th, also taken by WADA, came back clean. Additionally, Povetkin's team revealed that his positive sample from December 6th had only minor traces, which Povetkin's team suggests is evidence he ingested the substance several months, if not a year earlier, through food or some nutritional supplement. Povetkin's random test was from November 15th and also came up clean. Now, before we get into the actual explanation of Alexander Povetkin, I think people are going to be very quickly dismissive of this whenever they even see the headline of a prior or following test that comes back positive, is because we heard this before. So people are not really going to be down to even give you an ear on what came back positive, what was positive before or after the fact. It doesn't matter because, again, you were found with a prohibited substance. And, let's acknowledge that his actual explanation, which is, again, probably more bullshit, but said that, it proves that he ate something because of, with the trace amounts, meaning that it proved that it was only ingested through food, and that shows that he ate it a year before. Like, what is that? How did that work out? Because, again, you were clean before. Your tests were fine up to this point. So, again, and then, like I said, the December 13th came back clean. Doesn't make any sense. What it does show, though, is that you could possibly have a masking agency with whatever the hell you're doing. How are you found with 2 different banned substances in your system? Trace amounts at that. And then you, of course, have passed the test following that failed test. No one's trying to hear it. We kind of get what the hell your game is. The WBC would only be right to ban him at the very least for a year. Maybe then he'll learn that we're not dumb. Shame on you. For the first time that he fooled us. But if he's really getting on, if he's really going on the fact that he ate something, I can't get over that. That's just flat out silly. And you can see with his social media, he's really looking for a scapegoat. He's just in total denial and cannot take any type of accountability whatsoever for whatever actions he's doing. He's trying to blame the agency. He's trying to blame the food. It's nonsense. And clearly this is the signs of a guilty person. So, WBC, handle this man, and maybe he'll learn his lesson then. Because now I have to put in question everything he's done through his career up to this point, because VADA This has really only tested him twice. So, good luck, WBC. Speaking of title organizations, the WBO skips Khurtsdize, installs Canelo as Sanders mandatory. The WBO has paved the way for Canelo Alvarez to finally make his debut as a full-fledged middleweight in his next fight. According to a report posted by ESPN.com's Dane Rayfield on Wednesday night, the Puerto Rican-based sanctioning organization has installed Alvarez as mandatory middleweight challenger for its 160-pound champion, Billy Joe Saunders. The Mexican star is still considering facing countryman Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. at a catchweight in his next bout, but could choose to fight for Saunders' WBO middleweight title. And this became, very big news the night it came out. A lot of people were excited, and actually, me and my fellow co-hosts Ibn Daoud and Julius Fox had talked about this pathway for Canelo Alvarez as to why he was fighting Liam Smith, and it was maybe a possible way to work his way into title contention at the 160-pound limit. But it turns out that the organization took that into their hands first. So with that being said, I want people to acknowledge, though, that this is just the organization making its way to make this fight happen. This isn't Canelo Alvarez. He has not entailed anything on what he'll actually do, or hasn't really, shown anything that actually manifests him going into 160 pounds. But it is good, though, the fact that he has a way up there to fight for a title, and really what this does makes the Triple G fight a lot more juicier, because if Gennady Golovkin can take care of business March 18th and acquires the regular version of the belt he already has, this will be for all of them if Canelo Alvarez can beat Billy Joe Saunders. I think he probably be the favorite, actually, in a Canelo versus Saunders, especially with the current form of Billy Joe Saunders right now. So I would also imagine that Billy Joe Saunders is looking for a tune-up fight himself. So I think both these fighters are looking to have some type of fight in between before ever making this happen. Billy Joe Saunders is, of course, speaking a good game about wanting to make this fight happen, but it'll remain to be seen. And especially, like I said, the way that Billy Joe Saunders looked in his last bout, I'm almost more than certain that he would want a tune-up fight, or at the very least, some type of fight in between a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Other than that, catch you on the next go-around.